And his shirt says Bito. That is katakana. Whatever katakana is around, I will translate, but if it's hiragana or kanji, especially kanji, I will not be able to. I probably not understand it and not bother translating it either.
Yo, the Rikaku group's dogs just showed up, and they probably ain't looking for your autographs. Let's use those pretty white shirts and do some serious artwork.
Alrighty. This is another thing you'll be accomplishing a lot. Run to cops, tag him, and they're over with. You can also lock onto him by pressing the left trigger. You can see how much you've tagged and how much are left. And yeah. Oh, that wasn't fair, game.
Your terminal has been covered in some kind of ugly, freaky-looking graffiti.
Guess we'll go check it out. Shibuya, that is up north, but I'm gonna change my character. I like Yo-Yo too. He's a pretty neat guy, but he's completely lame compared to the likes of Beat. So, oops, silly me. That is back to the garage. Time to boost. You can take a look at the character stats in the garage. There. It is more complex this time around. Like their stamina, their acceleration, the graffiti. It's another thing that's an improvement over the first game. Although there are a few things I like better about the first game.
This is Shibuya Terminal, the city's
Get to him after he stops speaking.
Let's hit this joint and cover up that freaky-looking graffiti.
Freaky-looking graffiti will be covered. I like how in the first game you move your joystick into a certain direction if you get it right. The more consecutive sprays you do in a row, the more points you'll get out of it. I kind of miss that. Whereas in this game, you just come up to it and spray it, which is still enjoyable, but not as satisfying. Oops, not that away. If there's one thing people may not like about this game, it's flippin' huge compared to the first game. Like the first one, you will not get lost very easily. And granted, you do have a map. But if you come into this blind, you might be overwhelmed with where to go. You have a map and all, but admittedly, I think the map could have been improved. Like, could have put more detail on like what obstacles there are and whatnot. It can be confusing, even being aware that you might have to reach a higher point in that certain spot. It can be difficult to know how to get up there to begin with. So, if you don't like huge games, this game may not be for you, but if you like the exploration, you're probably going to love this game. I admit I too was a bit overwhelmed by how large the levels were, but I've gotten used to them and they are a blast to go through. And there's a lot more graffiti to spray up than the first game. Like just before the character finish off that trick, you press X or Y again, not to be confused with Pokemon X and Y, to be able to do consecutive tricks. It will not work otherwise. And I would like that graffiti soul. Now, will I be picking up all of them? Will I be 100% in this game? Not likely, since I didn't do it in the first game. Although in the first installment, you didn't have the map that told you where exactly to pick him up. In this game, you do. You just first have to complete the submissions to be able to reach him in the first place. Okay, as neat as it is to skate around, I really got to do some more spraying. Lots of different souls to unlock, and you can customize your own, just like in the first game. I've stated so many times that this is very much like the first game, but improved tremendously. Just gonna bring up something until I completely forgot about it. Well, probably one everything is that if you're going at a decent speed, if you're on a narrow path, it's difficult to try to be able to just jump off and go the other direction. It's pretty easy to land on something to grind on, so you might get stuck on there, and if you do get off, you might end up falling to your death, which is probably going to happen a lot in multiple stages in this game, although this is not one of them, thankfully. Spray. There are 4 different sizes in the first game, so you have 4 different graffitis to take a gaze at. In the first game, in this game, you have 6 different sizes, so you can choose from obviously 6 different types of graffiti without having to change it. Okay, not too slow now. And it is possible to waste your graffiti, so do not press the right trigger unless you know you can reach it. Obviously, spray cans will respond, and they're all over the place, but it's annoying to have to run out, so to be a little cautious of that still. Not sure if I'm going to bother with the souls just yet. Again, I might 100% this game in the future. But for now, I'm probably just going to do the mandatory stuff. So this mission's almost complete. These are much longer than the first game, and obviously you're not timed like last time. Hahaha, see what I did there? That was not remotely a good joke. And also, unfortunately, one thing I miss about this game is that you cannot get ranked like in Jet Grind Radio. I thought the rankings were quite well balanced in that game. To get the best rankings were quite satisfying. But for the few things I prefer in the first game, there are dozens of things I like better in this game. So, way to go, Sega. You've made an excellent game. Even though it's not perfect. No such thing as a perfect video game anyways. No such thing as a perfect film and whatnot. Okay, you're on time up here, so let's try to reach it. And jump! Barely made it. Awesome pose, too. Spray, spray, spray. Let's go fetch that once. It's pretty easy to grab. Turn around and grind. Oh, no. I wasn't supposed to grind there. That is also a minor complaint. You'll end up having to grind at things you didn't know you were able to. Okay, come on. Let's get it. It's an easy one. Oh, barely missed. And as you can see, every time you land, there's so much tricks you have done while grinding or in midair. Okay, just drop down. You can also head into first person mode. If you're standing still and using the... What? You can just drop there. Alright, one more time. If I mess up once more, I'm just going to say to hell with it. You guys don't want to watch me mess up this much, do you? Actually, there might be a few. Alrighty, that's how you do it. So there's like one more northeast section. Oh, and you cannot grab onto vehicles like you can in the first game. No huge loss. I'm sure not many people miss that. It's just grabbing onto a vehicle, and they're pretty freaking slow in that game too, so whoop-de-doo. It's around here somewhere. Aha! Just trying to get to the other side and not have to repeatedly grind. Not get stuck in places either. A faster paced game. More complex. Just so much to like about it. The ASRB did not mention the language in this game, with this one dropping a bunch of S-bags, but instead just listed mild violence, which isn't really anything worse than what you see in most E-Raid games. I said the game selection. One thing odd is I played through 360 console and beforehand to that Xbox game, it listed Xbox demos, but no, it had 2 full games and didn't have any demos, but it had several videos, like Blinks, the Time Sweeper, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, let's grab one of those. I can't explain, but I assume it's for being able to play more songs during levels. Because you're able to select the same amount from the garage. From the start till grabbing a lot of those cassettes. You just gotta make it to them. I probably don't have to follow them exactly the way they've done it. It's a little tricky to pull off, but I think I pretty much got having to do tricks in midair down. I did it more stylishly than you, 3 Fuels. Following Poison Gem once more. And my voice probably sounds weird. That's because I have a pretty mild cold. Mild enough that that was acceptable to work on recording my voice for this game. Nothing to fret about. And I didn't record this game sooner than I did because I was just trying to make sure I can play through this game pretty well. I think practicing on this for 10 hours is good enough practice, so I can record multiple parts, no sweat. In my opinion, you should either play the game professionally or completely blind. You very likely shouldn't just play through the game if you kind of know it. And another character that reoccurs from the first game. And counts the counter boombox because he's badass, I guess. Absolutely. There are tons of characters to unlock. Even though I'm almost finished, I still only unlocked around half the characters in the game. So I assume that just going through the main story, you are going to miss out on unlocking characters. Falling down. Careful, careful. I think that's the correct way. As I was speaking, I wasn't paying good attention to it. And again, look how many things you can grind on. I don't think you went that far. Yeah, I failed miserably. I can't speak and pay attention to what characters are doing. I fail miserably. Alright, combo, I'm coming back. Yeah, do so. But come on, I went further than you. What do you mean I'm not all that? And people just don't get out of the way until the very last second. They don't value their health very often, I guess. So all I need to do is just drop down there. So again, I went farther than him, so really, I'm superior, and you know it, combo. No, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. Jumped too early. I knew that gap was coming. It just didn't come as soon as I thought. Okay. Let's do this properly. Come on, I'm better at this game than what my performance is evidence of. So just drop down and might go well. That's a boy. Ha ha ha. You don't say. So did Beat or whoever you choose bother telling Combo that they weren't at fault? Something? That character's silent if you're playing him or her. Yet every character has their little bit of dialogue. You speak to him in the garage. And it's kind of neat. Get a little bit of dialogue from each character. Differentiates every time you complete a level. Crazy Captain.
Why is it so hard for you to catch a few little punks? Hurry up and arrest them!
To me, sounds like Oikini from Star Fox Assault. Perhaps the same voice actor. Or this just could have been like a Japanese voice actor. Probably in English, because I heard in the Japanese version of Jet Set Radio most of voice acting was in English. I'm not sure. But that's probably not the case. Probably dubbed. Just dash if you want him off quickly here. Don't forget to lock on. You might not think you need, but it does help quite a bit. And that was close. I was almost grabbed onto. There's 5 more to go. You could spray him or electrocute him. Whichever suits your taste. I'm coming. Just keep holding the right trigger. Use up a bunch of spray cans. That's how it has to be. And there's so many to collect, so yeah. Oh, wait, there's one more. Your captain just got taken down. And why are you just stuck running nowhere? My aching back.